everybody, welcome to the Waldock Way. Today's video is going to be my top 10 picture books. But here's the thing, I can never pick just 10 picture books because we love books way too much. So my top 10 picture books are going to be based off of a challenge that we just finished. So for the month of February, Kelly at Homeschool by the Beach did a picture book a day challenge for the entire month. So every day in the month of February, we read a picture book. Some of these were new to us picture books. Some were picture books that we've had. Some were ones that we've read over and over and loved. And so we decided that we would pick our 10 favorites from that month of reading and share them with you guys. Now, I have a daughter, so my picture books are going to be highly based off of a little girl. And because of that, I have teamed up with Heidi from Boyboss Mama, who has all boys, and she is also doing this video with me so that you can see 10 favorite picture books from a boys' perspective and girls' perspective. So I'm going to link Kelly from Homeschool by the Beach and Heidi from Boyboss Mama in the description box down below so that you can make sure you check them out because they're both amazing ladies and you're going to want to be following them. And without further ado, let me show you my books. Now, the first few books that I have are kind of like, I guess, girl power, empowerment for a little girl. They're some of my favorite to read to her because there's just so many good ones out there. And I want to make sure that she knows that she can do anything and there's no stereotypes for her and there's no boundaries and limits. So the first one that I have is called Dear Girl. And much like all of the picture books that I have, the illustrations are gorgeous. And it is a story, and it's kind of like you're telling them, like, dear girl, do you know that there is no such thing as too many questions? So it's kind of just like an empowerment, like, hey, do you know that your birthmark is beautiful, and your red hair is beautiful, and curly hair is beautiful, and it's just absolutely wonderful. We love that book. The next one I have is Princesses Wear Pants, and again, it has beautiful illustrations, and it is about this cute little girl, but it says that crowns and gowns have their place, no doubt, but that's not all this little girl is about. So it's, yes, princesses wear gowns, but it's also okay to wear jeans and tennis shoes or a baseball uniform, and so I love that book for that reason. The next one I have is like so adorable, and it is called Dress Like a Girl. Now again, it has beautiful illustrations, and it has things like, to make a strong statement, choose bright vivid hues. You can be brave dressed in reds or in blues. But there is also a page in here. Here it is. On hot summer days, the look is crisp white. On land or at sea or on a long flight. White is a look you can manage with grace as you soar in a rocket ship through outer space. So it kind of takes some of those traditional things that we've heard about, don't wear white till after Labor Day or after Labor Day, or whatever that saying is. And it kind of debunks them by saying, like, you can wear white in outer space and who cares kind of thing. It's super adorable for that. Another one of my favorites is You Are My Happy. Now this is a brand new book. We actually got a pre-release copy from HarperCollins, and it is absolutely beautiful. The illustrations are gorgeous, and it is a book that is simply like what made us happy all day through. Let's count those things, just me and you. And so it's things like, let's see, what made us happy all day through. For babies bursting out of eggs, for standing on wobbly legs, for growing tall, for lucky breaks, and even learning from mistakes. So it's just like this mama and baby cub, and they're talking about all the things that made us happy that day together. And basically in the end, the thing that made us the happiest was just being together. Super, super duper sweet story. Now, the next set of picture books I'm going to show you are going to be kind of based loosely on learning. I mean, they're obviously not nonfiction books, but they have some nonfiction elements to them because those are some of our favorites. My daughter loves facts, and being able to have like jumping off points. So the first one I have is Katie and the Starry Night by James Mayhew. And there are actually, let me see if I can show you, an entire series of Katie books. And what it is it's this little girl who goes to a museum with her grandmother. And she gets to go into the painting. So here you can see she is inside the Starry Night. And so what's really cool about these is once we get done reading these, we can kind of research the artist and the painting a little bit more. And that is one of my daughter's favorite things to do. We love the Katie books. The next one I have, it actually has a dust cover that we have apparently misplaced with an adorable little cat. And this is called Mapping Sam. And it is about this cat named Sam who goes out one night. He puts his family to bed, which is hilarious. And while everyone's sound asleep, he slips out and disappears in the darkness. And you're mapping kind of like all the places that he goes. And what we love most about this book is that this cat looks just like our cat named Tinkerbell. And my daughter's favorite page, because you're mapping, where he's going, and he looks at the sky, so you map the constellations. At one point, he goes inside a building, and so you're mapping like the blueprint. But my daughter's favorite page is this, where you are actually mapping Sam himself. So that is her favorite page. She loved being able to see inside of it. One of probably my favorites is this, and it is called Lovely Beast. Now, Emily loves it too, but it is super adorable because it has cute pictures, and it goes through, and the first half of the book is very, very simple in the fact that it shows you an animal, and it has one word. So, like, the gorilla is fierce. So, it goes through all of the animals and just gives you the one word. And then you go back through the same, because it says, fierce on one page, and then the next page is like Papa. So he's a fierce Papa. But then down here, as you can see, it gives you more information. So this one says, as the world's largest primate, gorillas can be surprisingly gentle. They build soft nests for their babies to sleep in at night, groom one another as a way to maintain relationships, and they all like taking naps. And it is full of, like this one, it says prickly, but gentle. When threatened by a predator, porcupines can raise their needle-sharp quills as a reminder that they are not good or an easy meal. So it kind of gives you, like the flip side to them and a lot of facts about them, which is wonderful. This one is another pre-release that we actually got, and it's called Sea Bear. And this one has breathtaking illustrations. I mean, they are just gorgeous. And it is about a polar bear. And you're like imagining you are him, and you're going through, but it also teaches you all about polar bears at the same time. So as summer ends, the ice is thin and floes are far apart. The young seals have grown fast. They are wiser and harder to catch. They spread out with what's left of the ice. I want to follow them, but I can't. There's not enough ice left to hunt on, and every day there's less to stand on. And so you are following the polar bear kind of through an entire year almost. And you learn so much about them too. Polar bears are not land bears. We wait on land and we hope on land. And it's just beautiful. It goes through this whole story about him, and there's so many facts about polar bears in it. Another book that I absolutely love is this Power Up, which is another pre-release that we got from HarperCollins. So actually 3 have been pre-releases that we got from HarperCollins because some of their books were amazing. And this one is Your Incredible, Spectacular, Supercharged Body. And so it's kind of like a nonfiction book, but it's like, so why can't you just power your toys or nightlights or games if you were a battery? Because you can't flip a switch and turn your pinky power on and off. And that's a good thing because your body needs all the energy it's got. So it goes through and explains, how you have energy in your body, but why you can't just use that energy. So it shows you, but it's very educational at the same time. And that one brought up a lot of questions about energy and how your body works. It was a really good jumping off point. Okay, this last one I have simply because it is absolutely gorgeous, and it actually just won, I believe, a Cattle Caught honorable mention. I could be wrong. It may have been a Newbery. because it's not on the actual book. But it is called A Big Moon Cake for Little Star. And it is probably just one of the prettiest books I've ever seen. So the illustrations were obviously my favorite part. The story is beautiful too. It is about Little Star, you know, making, the little girl's name is Little Star, that's what they call her, and she is making and tiptoeing to the moon cake. So here she is taking a nibble. It's really about the moon though, but it's kind of, it reminds me, it's reminiscent of the Little Kitten's first full moon as far as the moon portion of the story. But the illustrations in this one were just to die for. I absolutely love it and can obviously see why it got the award that it recently got, or the honorable mention. But those are my top 10 from this last month. I could never give you a top 10. I would not even attempt to give you a top 10 like all-time picture books because me and my daughter couldn't do it. But these are the top 10 in the last month from my daughter's perspective that we absolutely love. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and click that little bell so that you can be notified of future videos. And stay tuned if you like books because I always have book videos.